The recent Joker movie has made quite an impact in a few separate genres under its movie realm. It was a completely different idea and direction for superhero movies, which is one of the most popular genres of movies at the moment. It is also the highest grossing rated R movie of all time, and it is on its own a suspenseful thriller that will keep you wondering what is going to happen next until the very end, where you're kind of confused about what you just witnessed and what you just rooted for. All in all, it was a very, very well played movie that invited a lot of different groups of people to enjoy it, whether you're a superhero fan, a thriller fan, or you really just enjoy watching something crazy take place on the big screen. Now it is being reported that Joker producer Michael E. Uslan is planning on doing the same thing with other characters, and he has one specifically in mind, Mr. Freeze. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, it's Chris, and if you love to stay up to date on all major movie and television news, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, we're covering it here on the channel, and you can check me out on Twitter for live updates at The Culture Chris. So yes, Mr. Freeze could be getting his own villain solo film treatment with a similar idea to what happened with the Joker, and there's no surprise with the success that Joker saw. Not only are there talks for a few sequels for this Joker movie and for Joaquin Phoenix, but now we're talking about expanding this idea to other characters from the DC universe, namely villains, because I think a lot of people are very interested in the backstory of these individual characters. Up until the Joker movie came out, very, very little was known about Joker's backstory, including even his actual name. All of this was new information, and it was very exciting to get this, and it's a very cool anomaly to have given to you on the big screen, and obviously people really enjoyed it based solely on the success of Joker. So expanding this idea and bringing Mr. Freeze in is not a bad route to go. And the producer himself had to say about this character, one of my favorite episodes of Batman the Animated Series, which I love, absolutely love, dealt with Mr. Freeze and the loss of his wife. The empathy, the emotions that created, I could see making a movie. So he's taking some of personal information and emotions that he felt while watching one of his favorite Batman interactions, and he feels like he can turn that into a big screen movie. And based off of what we got with Joker, and again, all of this is based off of what we got with Joker because the premise for this entire idea comes from Joker and the movie that we had from that. But it feels like their ability for bringing emotion and making these villains seem like normal people up until the point where they crack is something that a lot of people are interested in. When you're watching Joker, the entire time you feel bad for Arthur. And you know what he's going to become at the end, but you still end up rooting for him throughout the movie. You want people to be nicer to him or treat him in a different way because in the back of your head you know one day he's going to snap and become the Joker. And that's something that has a huge spiraling effect throughout the next future years of the DC comics, the DC world, and the countless different accounts we've had of Batman and Joker. And that's where the genius of this movie really does come into play. We know how it ends, but the entire time, nonetheless, we kind of have this emotional connection to a character who previously we only knew as a villain. So if we were capable of doing the same thing with Mr. Freeze, putting it on the big screen, getting some really, really cool animation, starting back before Mr. Freeze so that we can get to know the character, that will change the entire input of an entire society's understanding of the character and will bring new light to why he's so important. I can guarantee you a lot of people's new favorite villain is Joker because of that emotional connection that they were able to make with his backstory. And it wasn't just some monologue at the time when the hero was captured before he quickly escaped and saved the day. This is an entire introduction to the mindset of this character. So getting the same thing with Mr. Freeze and potentially other characters whose backstories might not necessarily be well known is a very exciting route for me and from my perspective, but also from the perspective of fans of DC, superheroes, fear, and kind of creepy stories, and the producers as well, as they are looking forward to the possibilities of creating more movies similar to the Joker. Now, Mr. Freeze is definitely a fun villain, and a lot of people of my generation should be familiar with him, especially from his 1998 appearance in Sub-Zero, which again is a very, very classic Batman installment. But it will be interesting to see if this comes to fruition, if they plan to move forward with this character, a different character, or multiple different characters at all. One thing is for sure, after the success that Joker has demonstrated, there will be a lot of eagerness to continue making that money and making quality movies up to the same par as Joker. Let me know what you guys think about this news in the comments down below. What do you think about Mr. Freeze getting his turn in the limelight, or who would you rather see have a go at getting their backstory told and having that emotional connection made with the fan base? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, thank you to everybody who watched until the very end of the video. If you found it helpful, useful, entertaining, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, as we're covering all major movie and television news right here on Cosmic Culture.